Hi, I'm Loretta. Welcome. Today, I kind of wanted to start off with just a really um, short talk about yoga and our body image. As you can tell, yoga is good for everyone. I don't care how fat, how thin, how round, how lean, how anything you are. When you begin to associate your body and your breath and your integrity and your mind all together, your body will begin to flow. It will begin to flow effortlessly. And the more that you do yoga, the more your body begins to coalesce and come together as one being to help you in everything that you're doing. So let's begin with our breath, because the breath is one of the most important absolute things. Your entire being rides on your breath. Your breath connects every part of your body. It connects your mind. It connects every part of you. And your being, who you are, how you are, your absolute entity of who you are rides on your breath. And so let's begin by taking our legs at hips width apart. Remember, you can find that by taking your fists and doubling them and bringing them down and coming back up. Sit up with a tall spine. And let's begin by taking some deep breaths and watch them. See how far down in your tummy you can bring that breath in. And then exhale it out as completely as you can. So let's begin. Inhale. Exhale. In the beginning, nobody can ever breathe into their belly unless they're really an established yogini. It takes a few breaths to get it there. So let's not be afraid of breathing. Breathe deeply and long and fully. And exhale just as deeply and long and fully. Couple more. Do you feel your breath going deeper and deeper into you? Into your belly, your diaphragm, your belly. Bring it all the way down and feel it going into your pelvis and into your legs. Those exhales will drive it through. Couple more. Now the next breath, let's chant the sound of Om as we exhale. Chanting the sound of Om brings all of our different energies into the room so that we're present for our practice today. And we all start on the same frequency. So let's take a deep breath in and chant that Om. And let's begin with our arms up and down and down. Breathe while you're doing it. And down, up and down. Let's take one more. And now let's come to the middle and come up and around. And up and around. Take a few more of these. Last one. Bring it back together. And now we're going to do something like a little different. We're going to go out and bring it back down. And out and down. Try to breathe with it. And see if you can't keep yourself in time. All right, now let's go out and in, out and in. One more. Let's bring our hands together, connect our fingers, turn them out, and bring them right out in front of us. And take 3 really deep breaths here, expanding your chest, making your arms out as far as they can be. Last one. And on your next inhale, bring it up all the way and look up. Let's take a few more here. And bring your arms back down. And then let's bring our hands up to our elbows and take our tricep stretch here. Each hand on an opposite elbow with your ears between your arms, and take some deep breaths. If you'd like to do this with your eyes closed, it works really well. One more breath. Exhale all the way and bring it down. While we're at it, let's just bring your arms together with your hands like this, and let's just take our shoulders and like one of those great big rides that you see at the fair that's like a Viking boat, how it comes all the way up and all the way across and up on the other side. And we're all going, wee! But what it's really doing here, what we're doing here is we're opening up those shoulders. Take one more on each side. And come on back down. And next, let's go to our shoulders. Let's lift them up and down. Go ahead and scrunch your neck up and down. One more. And now let's bring our hands and take them out and in, and out and in. Take a few more here. Feel your shoulders rotate as you're doing it. One more. And come on back to center. And let's just take our shoulder swims. Just a forward rotation, bringing those sockets into alignment. Opening up those joints. Let's take one more on the next side and come on down to the center. And while we're opening our joints, let's go ahead and do our arm joint opener and bring it up and down, up and down, up and down. Let's take 4 more of these. I love how they feel. Last one, and bring it down and bring it into the Tadasana, where you can feel the mountain pose, let your energy ground. Take a deep breath. Open up your heart, feel happy, and come on back. And let's move to our neck. Let's take a few of those the figure 8s on their side, the infinity circle, leading with our nose as our pointer makes a difference, so be sure to do that. And then come on back to center, gently shake your head no. We're going to be gentle today. Gentle no. How does it feel? Come to the center and a yes. Take your yeses deeply. Let them come from inside of you. And then come on back to center and bring your chin all the way up. You can use your finger to guide it. Bring it all the way up. Open up your heart, open up your throat, open up your solar plexus. Open up and take a breath. And take another. And bring your finger, gently bring your chin down and bring it down to your sternum. Take a breath here. Drop your shoulders. Take a couple of breaths here. Feel how it feels to contract. Feels kind of safe, doesn't it? That's how I feel when I contract. And then bring your hand and gently bring your chin back up. Take your nose a couple more times. And gently bring it to the center and turn your head to the right. And look out over your shoulder. Take 2 deep breaths here and expand. Use your finger and bring your chin back to the center and bring it to the other side. Deep breath in. And look over your shoulder. Take 2 deep breaths here. And gently bring your chin back to center. And then let's move and let's start just moving our spine and our waist and starting to get a circular motion here. I like this move. I know I say that every time, but I do like this move. I like the whole feeling of just involving the whole upper part of my body and going circular. Something about that. And bring your left hand to your right knee. Bring your right hand in back of you. We're going to do some of our circular twists. So remember now, if this were, okay, let me say this. Remember how I always say, close your eyes and just let your head float? Well, here's another way of doing that. Keep your eyes open and find a focal point where you keep looking at that point as you turn so that your eyes never move. So let's try that one this time. So a deep breath in, keeping your eyes on your focal point, turn. Another deep breath and turn. See how different it feels if you don't involve your head? Deep breath in and turn. And come all the way around. Come to the other side. Drop your hand, other hand on the knee. Find your focus point. Take a deep breath in and turn. This should be done with your upper torso and your torso, your waist. Deep breath in. Your spine, not your head and not your eyes. Another deep breath in. And come all the way back to the center again. And while we're here, let's go ahead and take our cat-cows, beginning with the cow. So gently with your hands on your knees, bring yourself up and using your chest and your ribs and your chin. This is an expansive move. So it's up and out and back to retract. Come on, back down, up and back. Cat-cow. This is the cow. This is the cat. A couple more here. Let's take one more. And now, as we do our cat-cows, let's continue doing them, but let's add in the dancing cat with it. So that comes when you exhale and you're in the cat mode, So you're like, inhale, Exhale and lift your right leg 5 times. That's the third one. You can do it a couple extra times if I started too quickly for you. Here, I'll add them. Add 2 more. Make it a full circle swing. And then come to the center and let's do our other leg. There's the first one. Really use your body for this. Throw yourself into it. Last one. And bring your leg down. I like that move too. I guess I like them all. If I haven't said it yet today, I love yoga so much. It just opens every part of our body. Now I've said it, but now you know it. Let's take our legs, hips width apart. Bring one up over the other. Bring your right leg up. And let's take our hand and either put it on your knee or put it under your leg. See how I'm doing that? I'm just lifting it under, and then we're going to start opening up our hip flexors. And just moving our foot around, moving our leg around, having lots of support. Nothing left hanging out there. We've got our foot and our leg really appropriately supported. And then bring your leg back down. And what I'd like you to do with that leg is bring it out about 6 inches off the ground and just flex your foot and hold it for 3 breaths. Sit up straight now. Now move your foot out to the side and hold it for another 3 breaths. Bring it back to the center and lower the heel. Now what I'd like you to do is bring your arms up over your head and bring them down to your leg. And we're just gonna nurture the knee and nurture the leg. Go ahead and just happily massage and rub your energy down and up your legs. Down especially. And I think you'll notice that as you do that, your leg actually lengthens and it actually begins to flex your foot more even. So you're utilizing and nurturing the leg, gives it the stability and the steadiness to do the things we're going to ask it to do. Go ahead and bring your leg back up and let's do the other side. Bring your foot up. You can either support it with your hand under it or bring it up to the knee. It doesn't matter, however works for you. We're only opening up the leg. So if it's hard for you to raise your leg up high, you don't have to. Just bring it where you can and get a nice loose swing going. If your leg needs to come down lower, go ahead and bring it down lower. We're opening up the glutes. We're opening up our sits bones, our rear end area. One more. And bring the leg out. Hold it up about 6 inches off the ground. Take 3 deep breaths. And then move your leg to the side. Take 3 more deep breaths. You're building strength and stamina in your leg. And bring it back to the middle and go ahead and drop it on the floor. And bring your arms up and come on over. This isn't to reach your toes. This is just to bring your hands down so you can touch your legs. And feel how your leg feels when it feels supported and it's strengthening and lengthening. Take a couple more seconds here. Really connect with your leg. And bring yourself back up. And let's take our windshield wipers. So bring your feet out. Okay, bring your knees in as much as you can and take your feet out. Then you turn them out and you go to the sides of your feet. Now we're opening up the insides of our legs and our feet and our knees, and we're breathing into them. One more. Bring our legs together, hips width apart. Now, you can either lift your foot, and what we're gonna do, okay, here's what I'd like to do. I'd like us to do our leg and foot series, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we do 1 foot at a time. So let's take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1. And it's up, out, back, down. Up, out, back, down. One more. And take that foot and bring it up. Now, if you can't bring your leg over your knee, go ahead and cross your legs instead down in the bottom. Cross your feet. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a deep breath in, no matter what position you're in, and fold over our legs. We're going to hinge from the hips, keeping as straight a back as we can, and come down as low as you can, dropping your arms. Now this is really a glute opener. I feel that so much. Take a few breaths here. One more. And come on back up, and let's do the other leg. So it's up, out, in, and down. Up, out, in, and down. And we're flexing those feet and those legs, and everything is starting to get some juice in it. One more. And bring your leg up or keep it down, either way. If you cross at the ankles, that's okay too. Take a deep breath in and fold over your lap, dropping your arms and taking some deep breaths. And come on back up. Let's stand up now. And let's just give our legs a little bit of working here. Let's begin by taking that sideward straddle. I'm going to do it in the front. And let's just spread our legs and kind of shift back and forth from leg to leg, bending your knee and stretching the other. Feel the stretch on the leg that's not bending. And we'll take both sides. One more on each side. And come back to center. Let's come to the side of our chair. And with the leg close, and come to the front side of your chair. With the leg closest to the chair, go ahead and step back. And let's go ahead and lengthen that leg a little bit more and open up the back part of our legs by gently pushing ourselves, our hips. We're bending at the, we're bending at the hips. We're coming out and over. And you can feel this. If you just collapse, it doesn't work. When you push your hips back, you feel all this amazing stretch all the way through. And go ahead and enjoy that for a minute. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then come on back up. And while we're here, let's just take our front bends as well. So let's take 5 of them, and it's gently bending your knees to the front. And that's all. So come on over to the other side. Step back with the foot closest to the chair. Pushing on your hips. Flexing, coming down, straight back if you can. Keep your leg nice and straight, both of them, and feel how it opens up all the way from the Achilles tendon through the back of the knee, all the way up through the rear end. Take a breath or two. And come on back up. And with your feet in the same position, let's take our knee bends. Take a couple more. And come on back to center. What I'd like us to do today is to take our leg furthest away from the chair and just go back with it. And all we're doing here is we're opening up that hip socket that's right almost in the center. I mean, we're opening it up all the way, but feel how it pulls and stretches that part of your butt. That's where I feel it anyway. Last one, and let's do the other side. Closest, okay. Bring it back. Bring it back. This one's tighter for me. 2 more. And come on back to center. I feel like I'm running out of time already and we haven't even been started. So let's take let's do a balance pose. And let's take the tree. Now, many of you know the tree and some of you might not. So the tree essentially is leaning into your leg and balancing on one leg and lifting the other, bringing your leg that you're not balancing on to the front, turning it to the side. And then you place it on whatever part of your other leg you want to. A lot of people bring it all the way up. And sometimes it's easier all the way up. Now you can use the chair if this is one of your first attempts. And it's a balancing pose. No balancing pose is easy. And if you like, you can bring your leg down and do it from a lower position, or even still, bring your toe down like a kickstop on a bicycle. Excuse me. Bring your toe down and let it balance you. Keep your arms out of the situation until you really get the balance of the pose. Now, what you want to be sure of is that your leg is actually turned to the side and that you're only using your toe as a stop to just catch that balance. 2 more deep breaths here. You can add your arms if you're great at this. You're a tree, so you can add them and do anything you want with your arms. I'm not great at balance, so we all know that. Don't let yourself fall out of balance, though, without bringing yourself back in with control and choosing to end the pose. I choose. Let's do the other side. Balancing on the leg, furthest from the chair, bringing the leg close to the chair. Okay, up and out, and then to your leg. Now, the only place you can't, that we ask that you not place your foot is right at your knee. See where my foot automatically went there? That's the worst spot, because you can throw your knee out that way. For me, many times, higher works better. I don't know if it does for you or not. I try to practice balance almost every day, and for me, it's a difficult task. For you, it might be easier. I hope that it is, because balance is critical. You can bring your leg down, Put it on the side of your leg. You can bring it down all the way and use your toe for the stop, just to balance you. Keeping your leg turned though. Take a few deep breaths. And you can bring your foot back down. That is the tree. Now, since we're doing those, since I want to do balance today as a primary goal, I'm also going to do that quad stretch because that works really good for me for a balancing pose. I'm going to lean into my leg closest to the chair and lift my other foot up. Hold my foot right I'm going to hold mine right between my ankle and my foot, stretching that quad all the way out. And then if you can, turn it into a balancing pose. Sometimes it's easier when the foot is in back than it is in the front. For me anyway. So not that much easier, but. And then if you want, take yourself and bring yourself down and lift your foot all the way up. Lift your leg. And this is the dancer pose. I for sure can't do it without using the chair. If you can, bravo. I love that. Come on back down, drop it down, and stand up. Go to the other side. Balancing on the leg closest to the chair this time. Lifting your other foot up, holding it right at the ankle. And feel the quad stretch. Feel the front of your leg just stretching out completely. It's a good feeling. See if you can take it as a balancing pose. Like I said, some days are easier than others. Today is not easy for me to balance, so no day is as much, but some days are much better than others. Balancing. Yes or no, it doesn't matter. You're stretching your quads too. Come on down. Take the dancer pose if you'd like to, if you're so inclined, because it feels good to raise your leg. It feels good to trust your body. Come on back down, stand up, drop your leg, and come on back. I think I have time for one downward facing dog. And it wouldn't be yoga without it. Come on up. Put your hands on the chair, spread out your fingers and your thumbs, flat-footed, step back as far as you can, with your feet still being flat. Align your head with your arms. Drop your arms, lift your rear end and straighten your legs. And take a couple of breaths. And then gently come on back up and let's take our plank. Come up through your arms, raise your head, look straight ahead. Keep your body as stable as it can be and take some deep breaths. And come on back up. And gently come on back up. Support yourself. Come on back and walk forward. And I'm going to turn my chair back around. I think we have time for a couple more things. So I'm going to make one of them the joint opener. That is up and out and up and down. Up and out and up and down. And feel the joy of the movement. I feel like this is like an orchestra for some reason. Like we're guiding an orchestra.
Yes.
Come up, and the rest of the band joins. Now I'm being silly, I'm sorry. And come back and take a Tadasana into your mountain pose and ground. Feel the stability and the strength and the foreverness of the mountain. That's who you are too. And come on back to center. Let's gently work our hands around, joining our fingers around. Our small fingers come together. We go finger at a time and touch themselves. 2 more of these. That's 1. That's 2. Come back and go the opposite direction so that your thumbs are then the ones that touch first on the turn. And come back to center. And one of the things I love the most is when we take our other hand, put our fingers out, take our hand and pull the joint. Pull the joint. We're not cracking our knuckles. We're just lengthening our fingers. It's not about cracking your knuckles, but it's about giving your fingers a little bit more room. Let's do that one more time. And then bring our hands together and come on back down. For our breathing that takes us into Savasana today, what I'd like us to do is the shh, or it can be a s, whatever you please, whatever pleases you, either a hiss or as a snake, or a shh as what? As a mother quieting her baby, or a librarian telling you, shh. Let's take 7 or 8 really deep breaths with that exhale. And let's begin now. Close your eyes. Let all your breath come out. Fill up fully. Feel how your breath works your body. One more, quieter. And you can gently let that go with your eyes closed, relaxing your body, gently bringing it all together into one deep release and integration. I'll let you know when it's time to come back, and just let your body melt. Begin at the top of your head and end at the tip of your toes and melt. Melt every part of you. And then slowly, as you bring yourself back up, bring all of you. Bring every part of you. And notice how it feels when every part of you is present. Take 2 deep breaths in and out. And on our next breath, let's chant on the exhale the sound of Om to close our practice together. Bring our hands together in the prayer position. Let's just bow our head for a moment to thank the one true teacher that exists in each and every one of us, that guides and directs our lives on a daily basis. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for coming. I hope to see you next week.